basically like a podcast media. Deserter.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Can I come in? Yes, I can. I'm not really interested in stealing your, well, worthless stuff anyway. This mode is not good. Avoid it at all costs. Okay. So which one would you prefer? If you would have to take a guess. And why isn't it good? I just want to know. The third one. Okay, so this one. Good. I just turned it over. Well, I guess we go and see Adelaide. We've actually postponed this way too long. Hello. McDewitt. Huh. Yeah, that is pretty good, yeah. Okay.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
Okay.
Any questions, dear?
Well, I guess we'll go with the third option then. It's all good. You must be Adelaide. What made me come to that conclusion? The name tag.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse? I'm gonna assume it is.
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally.
That sounds pretty strange, Quinton, but it's kind of funny too. I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here. I don't know. I'm not that surprised. Things are growing just fine. Funny, never knew you could grow tripe in a garden. I don't even know what that is.
Ah, cynicism. The privilege of the young. What you need is a little taste of my special mushroom soup. It'll broaden your mind. Or at least your irises.
No, thank you. Looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose.
Sure.
So, like the spores of a puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Mm-hmm. Why did you leave? I know the answer to this one. It's not that hard to figure out.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
No worries, Quinton. It's actually a fair way to describe it, I would say. Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace?
You are to be integrated back into society. You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery, that's about it. Reed asked you to reconsider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. So, he does not want to make amends. He does not want to. That is a lie. He doesn't give a shit. He wants the manpower back in town. So this is probably the best answer I can come up with.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned.
Ha!
I and my own are living just fine out here.
It comes from a cannery. Oh. So, Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing.
He would.
The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I haven't. Not yet. Your camp has a power regulator. I need it for my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts.
I
and leave us
agree.
be.
I agree.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you... Okay, so... Thing is... I don't necessarily want to be the hero in this story, but I don't... And I don't necessarily want to be the villain, but the thing is... Like... I have a choice between two things. I can divert power to the deserters, which is these guys, or to the corporation, which is Edgewater. Which is run by the company Space's Choice. Now, Space's Choice have made it really, really easy so far to absolutely hate their guts, because they literally own everything, and I mean everything. They own you. They own your health. They own your the freaking graveyard. They rent the graveyard out to people. It is that freaking insane. So, let's just see. What do you have against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork.
He did?
His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
It's a fair point. Let's see. I don't like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side. What do you have against people trying to make a living? Let's say I help you, what happens to Edgewater? That is a good question, but I would like to call her out on this.
Alright. I ain't so fragile.
I know. It's not really about that.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
I kind of hate why her armor needs to spawn in every time. It's kind of weird. So, what happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Yeah. For the sake of actually, you know, being a thorn in the company's side, I kind of want to do this. Because one thing is, I don't really know much about the other corporations. I know they exist. I don't necessarily know their... their names, their motivations, their brand, whatever. But I know that something is running Space's Choice. And I do believe whatever that is called the Board. Now, those guys are probably not good guys. And yeah, let's just be a thorn in their side, right now.
I trust
For now,
you
at
will
least.
listen to your conscience.
Mm-hmm. So, thing is, these are the guys that has made Fallout New Vegas. And in Fallout New Vegas, there was a lot of choices you could make. There was the obvious good one, there was the obvious bad one, and then there was a lot of things in between. Now I hope there's gonna be things in between, because so far I only see two options, which is the good and the bad one. And so far I want to see this corporation burn. Personal files. We can hack into that. Okay. Silent Spring. Oh, what do we have here? And first entry. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from that life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical lab are still operational, mostly. The soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of saltuna lingering in my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. Okay. Last entry. We found another worker from Edgewater, ex-worker now. The desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state, fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple of weeks, physically, spiritually. He's one of our flock now. So, let me get this straight. All they eat in Edgewater is salt tuna. Now, fish is okay, don't get me wrong, but you need greens. Is the plague contracted by the lowering of their immune system because they don't get any? Experimental notes. Open first entry. Okay, so here we go. First entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all of Space's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand horticulturalists, failed to produce a single viable crop, something about the soil being too poor. I'm determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavor. Okay. Last entry. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environments as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crop in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians? Okay, will say something about biology and the carbon cycle. But I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic material, just as nature intended. Well, that was a gigantic waste of time. Didn't really give us anything new, but I guess it kind of, gave us insight into what gold teeth. What? Why would there be a plate of gold teeth? What are they using that for? So what is gold normally used for? Conductivity? Heat transferring? If you have to go the practical route, that is. I don't know. Besides that, I don't know. I was gonna say fertilizer, but that's not even close. Elite troop armor. Damn. Okay. Let's get out of here. So, what are we doing exactly? So divert power from the geothermal. Okay, yeah. Any questions so far, Quentin? So we need to go in the direction of the geothermal plant, and we need to... Wait, let me just have a look. Retrieve a logic module from one of the automechanicals there. He did mention that we cannot kill the robot and then yank it out. Because then it will be fried. We have to get it off of a quote-unquote living one. Repairing a battery. Easy way to harvest gold for another electrical repairing. Maybe? I don't really know. There's a lot of mechanicals in there. So, if I go here... That's fair enough. That seems like a button right there. So if I know my fallout... Wait a second, that's not a button. If I know my fallout, I know that robots are typically vulnerable to plasma and that kind of thing. Okay. Nobody's here, don't worry. Oh, it can actually see us through that. Oh, okay. Careful, careful. I did not think it could. But alright. There's gotta be a way in. There's gotta be another way in. Let's just take this nice and easy. Trash. Okay. Cartridge. One thing that I really wish this game had, and I've mentioned this before, is like the movement system from Borderlands, for example, or Apex. Scale things, slide, that sort of thing. That would be amazing. It's not like the gunplay is bad at all, but like the whole... Oh god! Shit. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. What can we do? Oh, okay.
Unexpected.
So some enemies are... Yeah, I got that. That didn't work. Wait, did you just go through that? Why? Why would you do that? What the shit? Okay. Was it? You sure? Okay. Ow! Oh, okay.
Beginning security patrol.
Really? How did she get in there? That's misleading as all hell. Okay, whatever. Let's find another way. Flywheel. Sure. That didn't work. Okay. Ah! I see. That's one down. And nobody heard anything. Oh, if we could get like a muffler on this one, that would be amazing. Okay. Sneak attack. Hell yeah. Let's see. Now the obvious choice would be to you know, attack him head on, but maybe that's not the best idea here. I mean, we could easily take him out. Pickle Rick. Yeah. Shock cannon. Okay. Let's have a look. So obviously shock. That's a given. Barrel. Whoa, okay. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but I kind of feel like it might be like a beam weapon of sorts. I want to try it out for sure. So, what kind of? It uses the same ammo. Okay, it's good to know. Tiny Rick. Yeah. Oh, that's another Wayne. I like that. What else is here? Oh! No! No, you don't. Woo! What is that way? Huh. Yeah, let's go there, right? First of all, though, anything up here? Ah, a marauder. So, how do you like this gun? You didn't. Okay. Let's try this. Where are... Oh! Oh, it's like a short range thing. So it activates when it gets into range. So it's kind of like a shotgun type weapon? That's pretty cool. I like that, but for now though, wait a second, what? What the hell? Boulder pistol? What? 21 times 3. What? Oh my lord, okay. Holy hell. So there's obviously something over there too. Oh, wait, that's just the botanical garden. Okay, let's go down there. I definitely want to try this one out. Oh, come on, man. Really? Is that really all it took? Okay, break this one down. Yeah. And then... this one too. Why do we carry an axe? Why do we carry a spade? Whatever. It's just... anybody home? Hello? No? Okay. No mines, I hope. What is up with the music box? Fun times barrel. Oh. Wonder what that does. I guess we can find out. So, that wasn't it. Backpack. Fun times barrel. Increases critical damage dealt. Okay. Oh, it's like a burst weapon. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. But I do want to... No, let's keep this. We know what we are up against right now. We know what we are up against. That's robots. Now, I know I'm getting sidetracked a lot, but I want to know what this is all about. Probably gonna be raiders, right? Anybody home? Hello? It's not as good, but it's okay. I mean, it is legit okay. Especially because... Oh, what the hell? Okay, that one doesn't really do much here. Okay. Apparently that does nothing. Is that a freaking... Is that a mech suit? Are you kidding me? Okay. That works. Holy shit, that works. Yep. I thought it said it wasn't good against that. Like with the gun, which had the same kind of weapon damage, but that may just have been because of the gun. Cool. Freaking mech though? Piston? Sure. That wasn't a lot of opposition. But I guess I'll take it. Sure. Ooh! Bypass shunt. Incredibly important. Wait, sealed? Why? Come on. So no other way in, I presume? No. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So it seemed like at some point in time, the corporation Space's choice was really expanding, like deeming from the, you know, houses and the incomplete ones too, but that didn't exactly work out, did it? Like Edgewater is such a small town compared to all they have around here, but I guess they don't really. Pre-sliced bread. Yay! It sounds like a miracle, doesn't it? Oh, you can get pre-sliced bread? Amazing. But I guess today's standards is pretty much that. Okay, well, that was underwhelming, but I have a suspicion that it's a quest that needs to take us into that building. There wasn't really a whole lot here. Oh well. Let's go back. Talk to a few robots. Whoops. I did not intend to use that. Oh, let's open this. Plasma rifle? Isn't that the same thing I got right now? It is. Okay. Ideally, we just switch them around because this one is sort of, you know, its condition is worse because I've actually used it. So let's see. We don't need this anymore. This one, whatever. Okay. Let's whack a few robots.